Morning, children. Now, children, we will be starting on with the fourth chapter, and the name of the chapter is A Good Citizen. Okay, as I have already told you that in the first UT we are having the third and the fourth lesson. So, third lesson is already over. We'll start on with the fourth chapter, and the name of the chapter is A Good Citizen. Now, let us read out the first one. Tick the statements which you think are right and cross out the wrong ones. Okay. If a few people do not vote in election, it will not change the results. So this is false. Even a few people can change the results. It is more important to save private property than public property. It is false. It is the duty of the government to protect public property and not its citizens. This is also false. Touching things in a museum or clicking pictures without permission is a bad practice. Okay? It is true. Okay? Now let us see what are the things we will be reading in this chapters. First of all, we will see responsibilities of what are the responsibilities of a good citizen. Like the responsibilities of a good citizen is voting in election. He should participate in the election by voting in the elections. Then caring for public and the private property. Okay. Caring for school and public libraries, caring for monuments and caring for museums. Okay, so these are the responsibilities of a good citizen. Now we move on to the first para. We live in a country and our birth makes us the citizen of that country. Now children, all the people in the world, they belong to one or the other country. And in any country in which we take the birth, we become the citizen of that particular country. Okay. Country is very important as it gives us identity, and in turn it is our responsibility to be a good citizen. Okay. We should become a good citizen because our country gives us identity. Okay. A good citizen should be aware of his duties or responsibilities. It is very important that if we want our country to be developed, so it is very important that as a citizen we should be aware of our duties and responsibilities. Okay, a citizen should know that he can exercise his rights only when he fulfills his responsibility. As you know that every citizen is having rights, but with the rights we are having some of the responsibilities also. So in other words, we can say that the rights and the duties, they go hand by hand. Okay, rights are important in the same way, duties also hold the same importance. Now let us see what are the responsibilities of a good citizen. We have already read it. Now we will be reading it in detail. Now here are some important responsibilities that a good citizen should fulfill. Now the first among them is voting in elections. As you know children that India, it is a democratic country in which we choose our government with the help of election or through election. Now in a democratic country like India, all the citizens who are 18 years of age or more, they have the right to vote. Therefore, a responsible citizen, he should understand the importance of voting. Okay. Now, a responsible citizen, he should also assess the qualifications and the worth of a candidate contesting for elections before choosing to vote for him or her. It means that we should also see that the person for whom we are voting, how much educated he is, and moreover, is he worth becoming a candidate or not. or if he is worth being elected or not. That is very, very important. Okay. In the recent years, some advancement have taken place in the voting mechanism in India. Now, children, a responsible citizen, he should also know what are the changes being done in the country. He should be aware of the changes which are taking place in the country. In the same way, he should also know that what are the changes which are taking place in the voting mechanism so that he can use his vote wisely. Okay. Earlier voting was done through ballot papers. Okay. Earlier we used to do the voting with the help of the ballot papers, but nowadays we are using the electronic voting machines, which is known as EVM. Okay, so it is a change. We should be aware of these change. A good citizen should understand that we can develop the country and bring change only when we vote and make the right candidate our leader. It means, in other words, we can say that an Indian citizen, he should know the importance of his vote. Okay, he should know that his vote is very, very important, and that is the reason he should make the right candidate our leader so that he can take the country ahead. Okay, exercising the voting power is an important responsibility of every citizen. So, children, voting, it is one of the main duty of every citizen because our vote, it is very, very important. It can make a change and it can make the right candidate our leader. So that is the importance of voting. So the first responsibility is voting. Okay, then the next responsibility is caring for public and private property. In general sense, private property. So let us see, children, what is the meaning of private property. Property that is owned by an individual or an institution, that is known as a private property. Or in other words, we can say that the property which belongs to an individual or an institution, that is the private property. Like a family home or the land on which it stands are private property. Our house and the land on which the house is made, that is our private property. No one outside the family has a right on that property. It means that it belongs only to us, and any other person from outside has no right over it. That it means that it is our private property. In the same way, your books, bag, uniform, dress, etc., everything is owned only by you, and without your permission, no one is allowed to use it. It means it's your private property. It belongs to you, and only you have the right over it. Now, let us see what is the meaning of public property. Public property, it belongs to everyone. Okay, all the citizens, they can use it. For example, we are having the school, parks, buses, roads, bridges, hospitals, etc., which is made by the government, and all the citizens, they are allowed to use it. They have a right to use it. So public property is one which belongs to everyone, and everyone has the right, all the citizens, they have the right to use it. Okay, now let us see the main points of difference between a private property and a public property. So first of all, let us see the private property. Private property, as I already told, is owned by individual or his family. On the other hand, a public property is owned by the government and it belongs to public in general. Okay. Now, only the owner of the private property has a right over it. The private property means to whom it belongs, only he has the right to use it or over it. While on the other hand, public property, every citizen of the country has the right over the public property. Then, protection of the private property is the responsibility of the owner. Private property, it is protected by the person whom it belongs to. While on the other hand, protection of the public property is every citizen's duty. Okay. So children, if you look around, you will observe that there is public property of different types and each needs special attention. We have already mentioned that we are having like schools, parks, buses, roads, hospitals. These are all the examples of the public property and they need special attention. Now let us see some of the types of public property.